I'm racing across Antarctica, the last great wilderness on Earth. It's also the world's biggest laboratory. I'm doing one thing. I'm creating awareness around climate change, the greatest plight facing humanity today. I'm inviting you to do one thing. Nominate a credible beneficiary, EWT Rhino Fund, WWF or SANCOB. Make a difference to conservation in South Africa.
Your update from the ice. Day 21 of the race to the South Pole, cold sweat, freezing conditions of minus 40 degrees Celsius, howling winds and snow blizzards. Thus far, the Norwegians are still the only team past the finishing line. It's already been 4 full days since they finished. The Welsh team is expected very soon, with both Team SA and Team Britain about 2 days behind the Welsh. This shows once again how absolutely remarkable the record-shattering performance of the Norwegians was. A fractured arm to one of the members of the British team centre point could mean the end of the race for most athletes, as the loads are very heavy to pull.
It's hard to describe the pain sometimes. It's just like somebody's come up to you and punched you in your arm, and then somebody's scratching your bone inside at the same time. And I'm glad I've got my painkillers back, so I'm going to take them as soon as this camera is switched off.
We were all feeling really tired, and we had quite a short day, so we put the tent up, and Bram and Pete came past us. They stopped, and we had a really nice chat, and they actually offered to Andrew to take the weight out of his pulk and for them to carry some of his stuff so that he could be as weight free as possible. So we've just been thinking about that and weighing up the options, and I mean, what an incredibly kind and spirited offer from them.
Competition has been replaced by camaraderie, as the two teams will be finishing together. It is a remarkable gesture by Bram and Peter, one that will make every South African very proud indeed. Now, a coin has the potential to live for a very long time, as man's hobby of coin collecting preserves significant times, peoples and events. This led to the opportunity for another world first.
This is a joint project between the South African Mint Company, Extreme World Races, and Bram Malherbe and Peter van Kets, two adventurers from South Africa, to commemorate the centenary of the race to the South Pole. We're trying to do this to inspire the rest of the world's mints to be involved later on, maybe on a continuous basis, to try and emphasize the awareness for climate change. A legal tender coin, a silver 2 rand crown-size coin, which was struck here at the South African Mint on our normal proof coin presses, will be taken to the South Pole, actually 1,010 of them, an extra 10 for just in case there are some rejects, to be struck literally at the South Pole. This is a world first. It's never been done before. And South Africa will be the first country to do this. I think South Africa is so involved with conservation issues overall, and also with the hosting of COP17 focus on climate change. It's highly appropriate that South Africa is the first country to literally overstrike a coin at the South Pole. The privy mark which will be overstruck into the coins is literally 90 degrees south, which within the tradition of coin making, a mint mark usually shows where the coin was struck. So this mint mark shows these coins were actually overstruck at the South Pole itself. We've developed 2 privy mark presses, or embossing presses, and this was done after we actually had to decide that we cannot take our antique fly press to the South Pole. First of all, it's too heavy. Second of all, it would be a major cultural loss should something happen to that press and it disappears into a crevice or something. Bram and Pete will each have their own press, but they will also be the backup press, because you never know what happens at minus 40 degrees. The punch might crack, So we're hoping it doesn't happen, because otherwise it's going to be very difficult to overstrike these coins, but time will tell. These coins, by the pure fact that they were overstruck at the South Pole, will have a collector's value that no other coin in the history of mankind has ever had.
And there it is, perfecto, my first coin.